Good morning, YouTube. Welcome to another episode of Fitness with Bama Mobs. And today we're back at it. This is July the 22nd, maybe. And we have taken off essentially 2 weeks, although I did break it up, I think, last week. I got maybe one workout in. I don't know if that was last week, maybe a week ago. But yeah, guys, I was doing the JJ Watts program, minus the exercise. Yeah, so I did a little experiment, and I really feel rejuvenated. I'm a lot softer now in all my muscle bellies, but you know, it won't take long to get that switched back to where it needs to be. But basically, I was sleeping 10 to 12 hours per day, even on my off days. 10 to 12 hours per day. Then I would get up, basically just do some chores around the house. Then I would have some YouTube / Netflix binges. Speaking of that, if you haven't seen the naval drama called The Last Ship, I would go onto HBO Max and watch that. That is a super show. It's called The Last Ship. It's about a United States naval destroyer that is caught up in a pandemic and their trials and tribulations, while essentially being the last ship and last vestige of the United States of America. But it is a cool show. Realistic. Shows leadership qualities, how to function as a leader. But anyway, yeah, I would check that out. So where do we go from here? So it's July 21st. I think NFL camps have opened up, and it is officially football season. Who knows? You know how that Hall of Fame game goes in Canton? That might be this weekend, that preseason game, and then they have the inductions into the Hall of Fame. It's either this weekend or next, one of the two. And then on to everybody's favorite sport. I know I'm from North Alabama. We're going to get to Alabama football, but everybody's favorite sport is Alabama high school football. The local team here is in Class 6A. It's a Northwest Alabama region. You got those big dogs in that region. You got Muscle Shoals, Athens, Coleman. Speaking of Coleman, the wife and I went up there this past weekend to watch a movie, so I thought I'd drive by the Coleman football stadium, one of the best stadiums in the state of Alabama, see how things looked. And I'd forgotten, Coleman has invested a lot in their school system. Brand new middle school. And then they've done a ton of work in their high school. The entrance to the high school is spectacular. They have their logo, a giant logo, frosted into the glass when you first enter the high school. So if you're up that way, you'll be able to drop by there, check it out. Just a beautiful piece of architecture. Campus there is pristine, clean. Football stadium's ready to go. We was driving through, I think it was our Friday night, and the Jumbotron was on. But yeah, excited about that. I think Jasper plays at Coleman this year, so that will be definitely a game to go to. Other teams in the region, Columbia High School, you know, they're like Owen forever. Maybe they get things turned around. Hartselle is Hartselle. You know, they're always a state playoff contender. And then you have those Jasper Vikings. Now, I don't mean this derogatory, but yeah, that's the Jekyll and Hyde team of the region. You always want to get high intensity from the team. It doesn't matter if the team is 0-10 or 9-1. You know, it's just breaks of the game usually. That's the detriment to Jasper. But they are going to bring it. There's nobody in the region that wants to play them because you never know what you're going to get. If you're not mentally ready to go and you play Jasper, you might as well chalk it up as a loss. Just ask Muscle Shoals. Now moving on. Now nutrition wise, you're probably thinking, gosh, Bama mobs. Excuse me. Got 2 there for free, baby. Anyway, maybe asking, why'd you take 2 weeks off, man? I thought you was all go, no stop, you know, consistency every day. And you're right. Yeah, I do preach that. Like I said, this is an experiment. You know, I had built a lot of gains, had a lot of bumps and bruises for a 50-plus-year-old guy. Sometimes you got to let those just heal up. The only way to do that is to rest. So I rested. Now, did I let my nutrition go? No. What was I eating? Really just the same stuff, guys. Lettuce, broccoli, cauliflower, lean cuts of meat. And here's the shocker. I'm below 210 now. Yeah. I'm a solid 208 pounds. Now, a lot of that, I'll agree with you, it's probably just inflammation from the constant exercise I was doing, water retention, sodium water balance. But here's the other part of that. If you're sleeping 10 to 12 hours per day, that's a lot of calories that you're not taking in. And even when I got up, you know, without exercising, I was not particularly hungry. I mean, there was no Golden Corral food festus going on at my house. I mean, we was just like they say on the Slim Fast commercials. If you don't know Slim Fast commercials, ask your mom or dad. Anyway, I was just eating a sensible meal every day. No couple vegetables and a meat. Now, was this like specifically clean and on target? No. I mean, I had a very lean cut of hamburger meat one day, so I had a hamburger with cheese with a side salad at the house. I had 1 hamburger and I was done. Now that I start thinking about it, I may have been doing the OMAD 1 meal a day. Not intentionally, but just because of the schedule. Now, when I was up for that 10-hour period, when I was up and around, I did snack, but I think it was like I had these mozzarella Swiss cheese sticks. So I did that. And again, I had avocados around the house. So that's basically it in that department. Now, what's going to happen now, and it always does, is that once you intensify the workouts, as I ramp this back up, you know, I ain't going to go full tilt this first day back. But as that happens, hey, you're going to get inflamed again. You're starting to get swole up. You got to remember to drink plenty of water, plenty of balanced electrolyte solutions. You got to remember to do all that stuff because you're going to have water retention and you're going to gain weight again. Not that you're gaining fat. It's just something to think about. You've seen me make videos already about let's make a push to 199 pounds. Well, this whole summer I've been making a push to 199 pounds. And I think we're in reach of it now. It's just a matter of flipping my script, as I say, and get my schedule back. Because when I say I was sleeping, I remember talking about I was going to sleep at 5, 6 in the morning and getting up out of bed somewhere around 4 or 5 in the afternoon. That's the way that was going. I tell you, man, I was well rested. I know you're laughing, like, yeah, I bet you was well rested. Yeah. But it makes a difference. So I'm gonna wrap up the video like this. So if you've been working out consistently and you've been going 5 to 6 to 7 days per week, you're not gonna lose all your gains in 1 week. You're just not. You're not gonna lose your strength. By my experiment as a 50 something, I didn't really start losing the density, as I call it, in my muscles until these last couple of days. And that's sort of when I knew it was time to get back out here, get back working out. But just give it a shot 1 week. Yeah, just as much as you can, maximize your rest. Still do, as I say, active rest. Do stuff around the house. If you need to get out, mow the grass, do some yard work, of course do that. Don't let your yard become a jungle. But other than that, yeah, give yourself a vacation from the gym, vacation from your cardio, and don't start fretting about, oh gosh, I want to start losing this, I want to get slower. You're going to get it back, guy. You're going to get it back. Taking a week or two off is going to help you rejuvenate the system and get strong again. Again, this is Bama Mobs here. Hit that like button down below. Subscribe to the channel. Always appreciate it. This is Bama Mobs out.